Right Honourable Speaker, the standard practice by Office of the Government Chief Whip is that every minister appearing and not appearing on the order paper is called. We called all ministers last evening when the order paper was released, and this morning, and when you directed me to ensure that finance is in, I called personally two ministers. One, the senior minister, who indicated to me is busy handling some state assignment. Then our friend who is normally here, Honorable Musasizi, who indicated that he's out of station. So in the circumstances, the senior minister indicated to me is going to look for one of the ministers of state to come to Parliament with immediate effect.
Honorable members, the issue we are talking is there's a procedure matter.
Chair, Right Honourable Speaker, of course, with all due respect to my senior and my supervisor, and in a very good heart and intention and spirit, yesterday, Right Honourable Speaker, I raised a point of procedure for the absence of Ministry of Finance. And yesterday it was Honourable Bahat taking notes. Right Honourable Speaker, we shouldn't look at these things in one piece. We received ministerial process statements, we are processing them. The same ministers that don't come here issued the agenda without amendment on anything. And Right Honourable Speaker, shall we continue proceeding like this? And anyway, then do they respect the processes of this House, Right Honourable Speaker? Thank you very much.
And do they have a feeling for Ugandans? Because we are saying it is only sports that brings everybody together. If you cannot be mindful of sports, the First Lady writes to you one letter, second letter, third letter. What about if I write? Will you ever even read it? If you cannot respond what the First Lady has written to you. Honorable members, we ask for even the accountability. I don't want to talk about accountability now. First, we want the 17 million. Then we'll put a forensic audit. Honorable Government Chief Whip, as servants of the people, we are going to wait for you to bring for us the Minister of Finance. And I'm not taking your information. We are going to suspend the House for 10 minutes to have the minister here. And the only answer we need is, since the money was budgeted for, it was appropriated, and what was left was a release for us to be able to finish Namboole. Can we get to understand from the Minister of Finance on the issue of the money? Because the whole blame now is going to finance. Even if the other people are not able to do whatever they are to do, they are saying because there is no money. So can we have an assurance that, and when you're giving an assurance to the members of Parliament here, it is by extension to the country that AFCON will take place in Uganda after you release the 17 billion today for us to be able to finish Namboole National Stadium. That's all we need of you. After we've released the money, then we'll put the task back to the Minister of Sports to ensure that the deliverables are delivered. Honorable Minister.
Yeah, thank you so much, Right Honorable. Indeed, as you mentioned, I was a very strong advocate for the rehabilitation of Namboole. And we worked very closely with the colleagues to make sure that the work there begins. But for this particular issue, that's on the table. I've just had a discussion with my senior, Honorable Matia Kasaija, on the issue of the balance of 17 billion shillings. The 17 billion shillings should actually not be a problem. I want to commit to this country that, and Parliament, that the 17 billion shillings, which is a balance of the 97 billion shillings that was recently approved, will be made available to ensure that the Namboole rehabilitation project is executed. And we are going to trigger the process today to ensure that the money is made available. Right Honorable Speaker, I hope that meets the requirement of the House.
Honorable Minister, we want to thank you so much. We have the ministerial statement of which one of them is yours. So we are going to, today being a Friday, we are going to give you an hour as we handle other ministerial statements to first go and trigger. I don't know what, to go and trigger, then you come back for your ministerial statement, so that by the time we leave here, we know we have an evidence of a trigger. So, Honorable Minister, please go and start the trigger and give us evidence of the trigger, and then as you come back for your ministerial statement. Honorable members, what we want is the money. And what we want is evidence of the trigger. So I have given permission to the minister to go, and actually both ministers.
Madam Speaker, the Minister of Finance has requested me to go with him so that we all work within the available means to make sure that we complete on the final project as far as the 17 billion is concerned.
So the both ministers go and trigger
Thank you.
and deliver, give us evidence before we finish the House. But remember, you have a ministerial policy statement, you come back. I don't want a question on sports. Please, honorable ministers, I can see you off what he calls the trigger. And after that, a forensic audit must be done on Namboole. We need to know how that money was used. Yes?
Of the debate that we had this morning, I wanted to seek your indulgence that you request the Honorable Minister of State for Sports. Now that he confirmed that he went, he handed over the site to bring the contract and all the documents related to the construction of Akibwa Stadium. To avoid this ping pong of I did this, I did do this, those documents in showing the scopes of work, the type of stadium they are going to build, how much money and the duration. If it comes to Parliament here, it will settle that matter and it now will be at peace.